Hi guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be using a craft material that I bought probably back in 1997. And in all these years I haven't forgotten about it. I just didn't know what to do with it. It had so much potential and I just could not work with it. So it's been in my craft supplies all these years and it's older than two of my daughters. So here it is. I'm going to be working with natural Paua Shell, mostly known as abalone. Now, this isn't the stuff you get nowadays. Nowadays, they sell it. First of all, it's dyed, and this is natural. And second of all, they sell it already on adhesive and a backing. This does not have the backing or the adhesive on it. It is probably about 1.5 because that's the way the sheets come, millimeter. It's about as thin as you can get it. And you could see it's not that brightly colored, but if you hit it at the right light, and I'll try to get some of it, there is fire in this abalone shell. It's going to be beautiful. Now this is in its natural state. I finally figured out something that I could do with it. And it's quite expensive to get. I looked it up on the internet in case I screwed it up and I wanted to get more. It sells for close to $20 per sheet. And I think I bought this on eBay, back when eBay was selling just, it was in its infancy and it just sold garage sale type items. And I think I spent maybe $5 on this whole entire lot of them. And there's quite a few. So I have a lot of wiggle room as far as screwing up the sheets. Now they're all perfect except for one. This one I remember when I broke it, and I was like, oh, but it still has a lot to work with. So this is the one that I'm going to work with first because I'm so new at this. It's not the most colorful one. In fact, it's probably the least colorful. And even when I put this one up, you can see the colors in it are much brighter and much more on fire. So I thought maybe the first thing I can make is a coaster because that seems to be the easiest thing before I get into any sort of inlay work using it. Now the thing about this stuff is it is toxic when you grind it. Back then, oh my God, I would have just been going to town on it if I was able to grind it, if I knew what I was going to do with it. So when I use this stuff, I'm going to have to be outside and I'm going to have to wear a respirator mask outside. I came up with the idea, and this may even render it a little bit safer to use. I'm going to encase it in some resin first. And I'm going to put the resin on top of it. It's going to give it stability, and this stuff cracks really super easy. So what I'm hoping, if I resin both sides of it, that it'll give it some firmness and ease when I'm cutting it. I mean, it would be great if it encased and I was able to cut it with a scissor, then I won't have to go out and worry about grinding it. But let's see how it comes out first. So expect it also, the colors, once I put the resin on, the colors are going to come out on it. So I don't need much. I'm going to mix up 20 cc's of the end of the Janchung resin, and then I have to order more. So I have enough for this project, and that's good. And a couple of other projects I'll probably have enough for. So let me go mix it up and then I'll see what we get. I placed it on another silicone tray, and just to get it up off of my silicone mat, and I'll be able to lift it and bring it over to where I'm having it dried. The resin is ready. It still's got a little bit of micro bubbles in it, but I don't think that's going to affect anything because I'm going to use a clean paintbrush and I'm going to try it that way. Hopefully it's going to work, and the colors are going to be amazing. Already I could see them starting to come out. Now this stuff is completely natural. There's no additives in it. They didn't make it the way they did back then. Back then you can only buy the natural stuff, and guitar players, somewhere there is a guitar player crying right now. Guitar players use this to inlay into their guitars. Oh, you could see the color difference between over here and over here. Really nice. I'm hoping this works, because if it works, I have 100 ideas what I can do with this. I never used it because I couldn't cut it before. I guess it was just not its time with me. Now, if I can cut it with a scissor after this, or an X-Acto knife, that would be ideal. Now the idea is I'm going to do both sides, but I'm going to have to wait for it to dry for several hours before I'm going to be able to do the other side. So probably tonight I'll resin up the other side. I still have plenty of resin. I mixed up 20 cc's, which is more than I actually needed, and I knew that. But I want to make some opals for a friend of mine, Melody, and I told her the next time I mixed up resin I would use the extra and just pour it into some molds and make them. And I want to show you what I use for opals. Oh, that's going to be gorgeous. Can you see the difference? Let's see. I'm hoping this stuff doesn't beat up, because it could do that. Now it looks pretty flat. I hope the colors come out when filming it. There's a whole rainbow, everything in there, from blues to greens. I see pinks and purples lighting up. It's so nice. I love this area right here is where I'm going to grab it from, if it works. And if this works, you don't get rid of any little pieces of it. You can, if I have little scraps, I just cut them up or chop them up for other projects. Every bit of this will be used. And keeping it on the silicone, I don't have to worry about it sticking. Well, I think this is going to be a success. Hopefully, we'll know when I cut it. But wow, I'm going to have a good time with this stuff if it is. If this cuts. Okay, I'm going to put it down and away. And tonight I'll either do a second coat or I'll just do the other side, depending on what it looks like. I may test a little piece and see, but look how nice that is. I'll show you a before and after. Well, this one happens to be a nicer piece, so it's... And then after, look at, oh, what a difference. Okay, I may make a tray out of this. If I can figure out like a mosaic tray, how beautiful that will be. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, I'm gonna put this away. It came out gorgeous, and I really think that it's gonna hold. I don't want to completely bend it because I don't want to test its limits like that, but I really think I'm going to be able to cut this. I put 2 coats of resin on the first part, and I didn't put any on the back. I just want to see how it works out, and I'm going to see if this will draw on it. It's a Holbein pencil. Okay. I'm hoping not to have to use a marker. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, I got it. Now, I was going to put it over here, but it would have been really tight, and I probably wouldn't have even made it with this. But there's a really nice area over here that I think I'm going to turn this way. I'm going to catch this whole area in a pendant. And I also came up with another project that I would like to do for my husband. That'll be more of a real art type of project than like a craft. Well, let's... Squish your fingers. Oops. Uh-oh. That was a crunch. We should not be crunching. Okay, let's try this area over here. Okay, so I think in the future I have to do both sides. It's just sounding a little bit too crunchy for my taste. But at least my idea is working. Okay. Not too bad. I only lost a little bit. Now let's see what's going on this side. Not too bad. Okay, let's... Okay, that's crunchy. Okay, nothing major fell off of it. Okay, I can still see white line. Actually, you'd see it in the camera better than I can do with my eyes because it's too shiny. It was a little easier to shape it off camera. And let's just see how I did. I think I have a perfect fit. Yep. Okay, so how I'm going to do this is I'm going to take it out, hopefully without cracking it. I'm going to put down a layer of resin, about 30 cc's, a little bit more than 30 cc's, and I'm using Amazing Clear Cast, and I got that at Hobby Lobby. Okay, I'm going to put down a layer and I'm going to let it cure. Okay, I just want a thin layer. Get a torch and a blow on it. I want this with no bubbles. See the sparkles, all the bubbles popping? This being so thin, I'm not that worried about it having much. Something tells me my countertop is not level. So I've been having problems with leveling. This is my third brand, and they're all supposed to be self-leveling, and they haven't. I have a feeling it's my countertop. I've poured a second layer on of the clear, and I just want to pop some bubbles that were too stubborn to get out with the blower. So now this is the scary part, because air could be trapped under here. I have to go very slow. And I'm going to go in like sideward. Sorry, I can't talk and do this. I'm trying to concentrate and get this in there. I will at least be able to get the top side bubble free. Okay, I'm going to take a quick check at what we're dealing with underneath. I don't see any large pockets of air. You never know. This area right here is really pretty. Oh, I see a lot of things popping in there. But I saw a hair. Just a line of bubbles. Okay, I got that up as high as I'm gonna get it. Okay, I think that is as good as I'm going to get it. I'll see you in 24 hours for the unveiling. It's 24 hours later, and I'm ready to unveil it. The top part, or well, this is supposed to be the bottom, came out flawless. No bubbles. Now we just have to check the other side, which is the top side. Now we can have a complete disaster, which means air just got trapped underneath the shell, or it could be smooth like glass. I don't know. Okay. These are really easy molds to take apart. Okay, you ready? Oh my God. Okay. Wow. Look at that. There's so much color in it. Let's see. Perfect. Wow. I don't think even the top is nice. Oh, wait. Smooth like glass. Wow. Okay, guys. I think this is a success. I'm gonna shave down the top. It doesn't even need to be shaved down that much. A little bit. With a little bit of sandpaper. I think this is a success. Look at the color. And I will see you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.